to be or not to be.
Ah, I see. I was watching this slightly delayed stream, so I was 30 seconds behind. Hi, everybody. We're live. I was watching our progress on YouTube instead of OBS, but nonetheless, great to see you all. So, surprise cast, we're live. Live to, thank you to our 4 viewers. We are looking forward to entertaining and delighting you in all the various ways you have come to be delighted and entertained by us in the past. I minimized a window that I was trying to enlarge. Alright, so I am Mike Kosh, your host and dungeon master. We have here OBS, you do what I tell you. We have here one Ryan Geyser. Please say hello, Ryan.
I'm not actually here to entertain and amuse you. I'm here to make you suffer. Nice to meet you.
You're my supervisor?
Oh, dear.
I am some people's supervisor, kind of.
Shauna Rose, please say hello.
Hello. Brought to you by caffeine.
Yay. I've had so much it doesn't have an effect on me anymore today. And smack dab in the middle, Chris Cones.
Unlike the rest of you, I'm not allowed to drink caffeine anymore after what happened.
Oh, God, what happened?
Actually, I ended up drinking enough Monster that the aftertaste tasted like blood.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Ah!
Oh.
Kids, don't get into Monster. It's bad for your health.
Instead,
But then
get
again, so's not
into
sleeping that much.
books and
Video
not
games.
marijuana.
I said Monster, not marijuana.
And we have next to Chris, also starts with a C, Mr. Kurt. Please say hello, Kurt. You've been busy.
Yes, I've been very busy. Sound like you were forgetting my name there for a minute, Puddin'.
No, it was, I knew your name was Kurt, and I looked down and I saw Curtis. And my brain is very tired, and I'm like, but his name's not, he doesn't go by Curtis, he goes by Kurt. And I kind of said that in my head while my mouth was trailing off. Again, everybody, I am sleep deprived.
What's wrong with you? Didn't you hear? He goes by Bert now.
Bert!
Hey,
all right,
Bert.
I'm sorry, Bert. I didn't realize.
Bert.
Dang, you're really tired if you forgot that. You threatened to come beat us up if we got it wrong.
Oh, man.
And he's eastbound down now.
And joining us, we have the lovely Samantha DeSouza. with a cursed chicken.
How you doing?
You wanna squeaky
I'm
toy fight?
here.
Go get mine.
I'm here today, and I just want to say hi. Yeah, I'm sleep deprived myself, and of course, I'm bringing a chicken to the party.
Hey,
Just
it's all
saying.
good. Better than what I brought to the party, which is nothing. Or technically I'm the GM, so I bring suffering and annoyance to the party. And, well, speaking of annoyance, let's start by annoying everyone. Where was I going with that?
I was about to say, why would you do that to yourself?
Delirium is hilarious. This is
I've
gonna
got
be
this
a
guy.
fun
Is this
night.
anything?
Oh boy.
Oh yes.
Is that one of those digital monsters?
It is not.
Oh,
He's
Digimon.
just a little dragon
oh neat.
from a discontinued mobile game. Rest in peace, Dragalia Lost.
That's Mike. He's a little dragon today too.
Sure? Oh, yes? All right.
It's like, sure, yes.
I'll tell you that on the note. I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'll take it 'cause that's an American dollar. I can. That goes a long way here. All right, so
Buy like 3 sodas for $1 there.
Yeah, 3 pops for $1. 3 pops. I don't know how that happened. It's called soda pop, but for somehow, just like we...
Part of America just calls every soda Coke, and I think they should just stop.
That's Texas. Yeah. Yeah.
That's because Pepsi's superior.
I would agree. I used to be a Coke guy, but I don't know when the transition happened. I've slowly become a Pepsi guy.
I will say this, though. If Pepsi was superior, then they wouldn't have had to buy 3 fast food chains just to only carry their soda alone. To compete with
counterpoint the Baja Blast.
Oh, the Baja Blast, dude. That's actually kind of good.
You say that, though, but you forget that at least at one point or another, Pepsi had the 6th largest navy in the world.
Wait, what?
They didn't give that man a fighter jet, so Pepsi is bad.
Yeah, Pepsi, like, the Soviet Union's like, we don't actually have money to import Pepsi, and they were like, so what do you have? We got boats.
We got boats, people.
So they just took some of those, took them to Sweden, got them recycled, and got money out of that. It's just like, that's nuts. You had missile cruisers?
Yeah. Pepsi's really up in their battle against Coke. They're taking competitive consumerism a little too far.
It wasn't. It's the fast food wars and the food brand wars and Demolition Man.
Oh no! Don't go there. No.
But have you ever seen the movie Hey Dude, Where's My
Hey Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah. Hey Dude, Where's My Car? And there's also
Where's my car?
There's this other film about a dude who like won a fighter jet because he saved up all these Pepsi.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was talking about. He's like, Pepsi, where's my jet or something.
Yeah, hey Pepsi, where's my jet? Yeah, that was phenomenal.
All right.
I didn't like how that documentary was presented. I did not like the editing choices. It was bad and unpleasant to watch.
I like the fighter jet.
I would love to own a fighter jet.
Me too.
I don't know what I'd do with it, but I'd love to say, yeah, I own this.
Same.
I would love just to get into political arguments on the internet and just be like, I'll come get you, and then be like, you ain't gonna do shit, and just put a video of me just getting up in there and firing up. They'll be like, what the fuck?
like, okay, I'm sorry.
Like, I mean, just disagree with people. Be like, somebody sits there and says, free healthcare for all, and I'm like, nah, I'll let you all die. Just so I could get it started. Just a reason just to get up in there and fire it up. Like,
God.
Why is healthcare the hill you decide to die on first? That's your go-to. You're like, fuck free healthcare.
I'm more worried about
why is that your one? Your number one.
The funny thing is that the reason why he's dying on this hill is because he doesn't have it.
All right.
Spent all his insurance money on the jet.
It's America. It's America. I can own a fighter jet, but goddamn you, if you think I'm gonna have healthcare.
My neighbor does not deserve healthcare, but I deserve fighter jet fuel.
Give me my fighter jet.
Right. So, that's enough reality. Back to fantasy fiction role-playing games. So, I will be doing the recap today. Just to bring everybody up to speed. So, as most of you know, we are now in Chapter 4. Our heroes have quite valiantly found out the secret of the lighthouse, and they set what they thought were the spirits at ease, only to find that this is the nesting ground of a type of phoenix, some sort of astral bird of some kind. And there they met up with their new bard, Mr. Brandon Brandy Bones, left to his devices, or I guess lack thereof, because he was in a cage. There in the astral plane. Their ship was outfitted with the means to navigate the astral riverway, but they weren't quite clear on how to steer and which direction to go, and it seemed the other lighthouses in the distance, which only appeared as twinkling stars, well, it led them astray. and their ship crash landed on a cloud. Yes, a cloud. Where they now reside. They are in the domain of the cloud giants. And after being harassed by an angry wyvern and Vlass the Ass losing his majestic dragon's blood dagger temporarily, they went and met with the giants, which, well, aren't quite like the rumors say. Now, cloud giants can be quite territorial, they can be quite stuffy to deal with. These ones so far seem to be very bureaucratic, and after several hours of waiting and filling out forms, they were able to get their ship, acquisition builders to potentially talk about repairing their ship. My pencil is falling apart. The eraser just flew off. Sorry about that. Yeah, off to a rockin' start. And they regaled us with some of the tales by looking at the carvings, discovering that a lot of history of the world beneath the clouds seems to be etched in hieroglyphics that reveal themselves the longer you look at them. These are, of course, enchanted to be in the language that you speak. They met with the High Priestess, who was kind enough to give them an audience, and something was off. She did not seem to be in any peril, but there was... The pageantry was over the top. Everything was overly polite. It is as if they were making sure you didn't look underneath a rug to see where the mess might have been swept. And that is where we left off. They had just had their audience with the priestess of Sarenrae, and now we go back to the halls.
Very pretty halls.
Yeah, I'd say so. Anybody else get...
Go on.
I was just saying. Anybody else get the feeling that they're hiding something?
Definitely. I told you they were. You know that. You remember that, right? Just like moments ago, I said, hey, something's up.
The noblemen, of course they're hiding something.
Well, even if they are, I don't mean to sound rude by saying this, but it's not really our problem.
Unless, of course, that problem ends up landing in our laps, but I do take your point.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there
We just
saying...
showed up and we're trying to leave. This is not our thing. We don't live here. We don't know anyone here. We don't even know what the situation is. It's kind of just not ours to deal with right now.
Yeah, true. It's just... Normally, that seems to be our thing. We run into a place that has problems going on, and then they, somehow they wind up being our problems.
The lovely curse of being an adventurer. Am I wrong?
There's also the fact that, like, one ghost bird, like, nearly almost killed us several times over, and I don't know if we're ready to deal with whatever political scuffle's going on here.
Did you just say invisible bird?
I said ghost bird. Isn't that what it was? I don't know. I was kind of confused.
Oh, are you talking about the Phoenix thing?
Yeah.
Oh, the little lighthouse screwball who put me in a cage. Yes. Him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of almost killed us. I don't know if we're ready to take on whatever all this is. If one bird did all that to us.
I take your point
Got a
again.
fair point. Yeah, just got a fair point. So what do you suggest we do then, Ennis?
At the moment, we kind of just have to wait. Just watch our backs and wait things out until we can get out of here, I guess.
I suppose.
Might be cynical to say so, but I can't think of a better option without putting all of us at risk.
Yeah. Well, at least I can sit there and say this. No one's going to be able to sneak up on us in this, you know.
Never underestimate a person with a decent mind and a halfway decent idea of what they're doing.
Well, I just meant because the size thing, you know, because we're like roaches compared to these guys. I would love to watch one of them try and sneak up on us. Like, that would be pure entertainment. Anyways.
I mean, it's less them physically doing it and maybe more like launching a weapon on our ship.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to think the worst of them, but I'm as lost as you all are here.
I'm certain we can figure out something to do.
Well, you know what? I say since we have to wait, obviously these are big people, which means big dishes, big cups, big tankards. I'm going to go find a beer bigger than myself and get schmemmered. Anybody care to join me?
You know what? That sounds absolutely lovely. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, and it does not take the two of you very long. You go wandering down this grandiose, ornate hallway, and you look at a few signs, and yeah, you are essentially taken to a watering hole. Now, Nanners and Selena, as you watch your companions trottle off.
Trottle.
Clickety clackety, clickety clackety, clickety clackety.
Away.
Yeah. I don't suppose you'd want to walk around. Do you want to see if they have a library where we can look at some books and see if we can learn about them at all?
Yeah, I also wouldn't mind seeing what goods might be for sale here. I'm sure there's something very fascinating that we can bring back for everyone. Even if it's just a simple pastry that's unique here, I think the crew would appreciate that.
Oh yeah, that sounds lovely.
And at the very least, we can get a better lay of the land so we understand where things are.
Sounds good. You lead the way, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna be very slow though, because I'm kind of small and old.
Well, you want to ride on my back? You can.
I would appreciate that if it's not so much trouble.
Oh no, you're pretty light then, Annas. You've been going easy on them tots.
They upset my stomach sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. So, excuse me. So, Selena, you help Nanners up onto your haunches, and the two of you go wandering around and exploring. While Chris and Kurt, the two of you make your way to the Giant's Tavern. Now.
All right.
You guys get there, and don't need a perception check to see this. It is, it's quite an ornate-looking establishment. Nice polished floors. The bar itself is a beautiful, reflective wood. It's been polished so well. That's a reoccurring thing. Everything is very polished, barely used. The taps are giant-sized. The bottles are giant-sized. There is currently no bartender, and the two of you are there alone at the bar.
You know, normally something being this clean would. Give me a second. Oh, hey, no.
I got you. Come on.
Thank you. Oh, thank God I'm nothing but bones. Otherwise, this would be a real bad time. Normally, something being this clean would worry me.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Looks like this hasn't ever been. Like this place looks brand new. Like it's not even ever been opened yet.
Oh. I was about to say, can I look at the bottles behind there to see if any of them have been used?
Give me a perception check, as this requires a little more of a keen eye.
I forget. Up there we go. Ah. Oh, hello.
Okay, yep. They are real, and you can tell that they are at varying levels. Going from the lowest shelf to the highest shelf, the lowest shelves all seem to be fairly well stocked, where the high shelf items, they look like they've been mostly drained, and you realize a few of the bottles are just there decoratively.
Well, that's a little odd. Usually your top shelf stuff's the stuff that no one can buy, and those tend to be the most, well, full.
Yeah.
So why in the world are those the empty ones?
Someone here has expensive taste.
Very expensive tastes. You were calling for the bartender, weren't you?
Yeah. Hey! Barkeep! Bartender, anyone? Hello?
Is there a major domo in here?
Brandy Bones and Vlass, your requests echo in vain. And boy, do they echo in this giant, massive corridors. Now, Kurt, I'm not gonna lie. You are kind of thinking maybe you can get away with serving yourself. There doesn't seem to be anybody watching, but I'll leave that call up to you.
You know, I would say that normally just go ahead and grab a beer, but I think I'm having a big brain moment here. I don't want to get caught. I don't want to get caught by something that could easily stuff me into its pocket.
Yes.
And I have no getaway here.
No.
That's mainly all it is, just so I don't have no way to actually get out of here.
I was about to say, I'm very proud of you for the first thing. I was like, don't get me wrong, the thought didn't even cross my mind, but I'm very glad that your next thought was, I would much rather live. Lord only knows, so do I. I would be a much less appealing meal, of course, so they would definitely eat you.
Right. Well, there is one way out. It's just I don't feel like taking that plummet to kiss the ground, anytime soon. So
I'm on my way!
Oh, good Lord, there's
voice echoes.
Yep. See, yep, there.
And scrambling in from the bartender's door is Clarkson, the clerk that you met in the main foyer, who got you to fill out all the paperwork, is quickly running in, struggling to pull his bow tie tight, and he comes in, quickly finishes combing his hair. Hello, gentlemen. What may I get for you? Yes.
Him first.
Let's see here. Let me go ahead and get a lager. Your pint, I should say.
Yes. And which size of pint would you like? We do have giant-sized pints, dwarf-sized pints, halfling-sized pints. Pints for the sizes appropriate to anybody, of course, in this realm. And he claps, and there's a change of music. Because it's a pub, we need something a little more joyful. There we go.
Giant size.
Yes, very well, as you wish. This does, of course, come with a step stool for you. And he places a step stool on the bar. And he gets, in his hand, it's just this big-ass glass mug. He fills it up, gets a nice froth on it, and he sets it down. And it is, it's pretty damn big, Vlass.
Now you see, this right here is a dream of mine. I have had dreams about this. Swimming in beer.
Really?
This place is in the clouds. I'm in heaven.
And up there he goes.
All right, Vlass, you're swimming in brew. Now we'll get to your constitution and checks in a moment to make sure you don't drown. But Mr. Brandybones, Clarkson, turns to you, and for yourself, sir.
Oh, I wish I could get in something that big, but my finery would just be ruined. Perhaps you would have something more my-sized in, let's just say, a good brandy.
Excellent choice, sir. And he reaches up to the top shelf. One of the bottles that you noticed was nearly empty. He holds it up to the light, makes sure that there's enough in there, and then he grabs, pulls out, you think it's a cup? It's just something he's pinching between his fingers, pours it in, and with a great thud, it lands on the bar.
Thank you, my good man. Say, haven't we met?
Oh, yes, we are, unfortunately somewhat short-staffed, and, once we hear people at the bar, I simply quickly cross over, but in this case, of course, we had, the contractors at, currently to deal with who were seeing to your ship, and I was just making sure everything was in, ship shape, if you'll pardon the pun, before I could, of course, scoot over to better serve you.
Indeed. Can I roll insight?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let me take a look. Where is it?
Oh, this is perception, actually.
Perception.
Or if you've got lie to me or other skills, you use diplomacy.
Let me see if I have any of those. No, I don't. But I do happen to have. Nope, nothing that useful here, and he's not in court, so we don't really care about that. Okay, so
How do you know? Huh?
if they're serving lager in courts, then we're in a totally different part of the world.
In the secret
Yeah, that's-
tribunal.
Welcome to
The
Germany.
secret test.
The secrets. Anywho, I guess I'll roll perception.
Alrighty.
Beautiful.
Alright, so yeah. You notice he's definitely a little flustered, being overly professional. But again, it's just part of something stinks here,
Yeah.
and you can't figure out what it is. But
No. But there's
Sorry, that might have been
unmistakably
me.
something is up. Now, Vlass, as you swim around in your pint, I'm gonna need one hell of a fortitude save from you, please. Bottom right of the main page. Vlass!
and he immediately gets drunk. Let's
Rounds.
go.
Immediately
Vlass,
drowned.
so not only is this big, but this is a pretty stout brew. And it's really getting your head. You've had some orcish swill, you've had some dwarven stuff, but this is... Ooh, this is... And you all begin to see Vlass, so as you're... not you all, but Mr. Brandybones, as you're scrutinizing, you see Vlass just sort of drift against the...
The side of the cup.
Floating
Yeah.
face down.
I'm going to get big eyebrow raise. I don't mean to be rude to my friend here, who's, I must admit, this is a noble dream of his, but could you perhaps fish him up to at least make sure he's still breathing?
Oh, yes. And so you just kind of... He grabs, like a bar toothpick. And to Vlass, it's like sticking a big,
It's a tree trunk.
stick under... Yeah. Like, It appears he was not able to hold the liquor, but at least the liquor was able to hold him.
Indeed.
I heard him say that. You know, he's funnier than my mom would get drunk on the whatever it was. She'd shave her pits and she'd send it in the mail to the mayor, and there's just
Indeed.
What a
Oh, poor
horrible
lad.
story. And all right, so you are left to dry out, Kurt. Unfortunately, you are currently inebriated. Alrighty.
Don't slip back in. Don't slip back in.
Now, before we transition over to our explorers, Chris and Kurt, is there anything else you would like to accomplish during this scene?
there is one more thing I would like to do, seeing as we're now up here. I would like to roll one more perception check to kind of glance around the room and go, or because, I've been in like courts, I've been at the bars of courts, I've been in many places where people should be. Does this place look like it's even been occupied?
Okay.
In the last few days. All right. I believe in you. Woo!
Wow. Mr. Brandon Brandybones, you know what high courts do to keep up appearances. Mainly polish everything. Polish things till they have a shine. Polish the shines until the shines have a shine. Nobody comes to visit. That's quite obvious to you. The fact that they don't even keep a bartender staffed and just have the clerk running over. It means it's been so long that even they've realized, despite wanting to keep it polished, things aren't, there's no business. People aren't coming. And this is, you've seen this, when just before some of your favorite watering holes closed down. If people are going somewhere else, they don't want to admit defeat, but the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Or, in this case, lack thereof. I'm going to leave you with that to chew on as we go back to... Now that's more of a gallop, but... Pretend I got coconuts. Clip clop,
if
clip
only.
clop, clip clop, clip clop. All right, so the two of
I could have
you...
swore I just heard a horse with Tourette's.
The two of you going off to the library to learn a little bit more about your hosts.
I'm just doing a vibe check as we're walking there.
Mm-hmm. So, Banners, your vibe check. Again, you guys are kind of left alone. You're left to your own devices. The walls still, as you go, continue to spell things out for you, showing you images of different parts of history. And you even start to see the ships of King Reginald Richmond II, who is, of course, the King of Valorum.
Very quiet around here.
It is eerily quiet. Yeah, I mean, I think I heard Vlass laughing really loudly, but
I think I heard a splash, which was weird.
Echo, yeah, yeah, the echoes are pretty bad here. Yeah. So, can you tell me the story about this ship? I'm not really familiar.
You can try. I'm not super familiar myself, but
okay. I didn't know.
I believe it was just very impressive craftsmanship more than anything. It was able to handle a lot on the seas,
right.
and it just kind of gained some notoriety for that,
You
along
think
with its occupants.
Right, and then how many occupants? I mean, with something so monumental like that, you would think that there would be such an influx of people on the constant, and this thing is like decked out, lovely gold trim everywhere, just beautiful. Why aren't we seeing people? Why aren't we getting like accidentally stepped on because there's so many people? I'm not wanting to get stepped on, of course, but you know what I'm saying.
Hey, are we talking about the ship or this place?
Well, I mean, a little bit of both, because, I mean, if this place is known because of the ship, or, what wouldn't that bring in people? Tourism, marketing.
I mean, I don't think everyone owns a flying boat, or finds a secret bird island that leads to an astral sea that randomly takes you here.
Well, I think they might, because if not, then how did the giants find it?
I think they were just kind of born here.
Well,
They've probably been here for way longer than any of us can comprehend. They seem evolutionarily adapted to the area. This is not something that happens overnight.
true, very true. Yeah. There's also like a mixture of creature. There's the what was that dragon thing called again?
I don't know, I was blacked out for that part.
Oh right, yeah. I just remember it grabbed me and it really hurt. I just don't remember what it was called. Anyway, so I mean, like, I understand they got up here because they're flying, but I just, was it like the Big Bang? Was it the bird? The chicken before the egg thing? I'm just trying to figure it out. That's
It's
all.
also very possible that due to their size, they were able to tame some of those beasts. I think the one you're talking about was one of their own, and they might have just ridden up here and made a home. That
As you
happens
consider,
Oh.
you round the corner and you find yourselves. There've been a few corridors so far, and you can glance into. With the exception of the throne room, it seems this place doesn't really believe in the concept of doors. Just a lot of open archways, inviting you into each room with each rich, moving tapestry. And, of course, you find what you'd guess is either a library or a study or another clerical office, some combination of. It's the sight of bookshelves that get you first, and then you see, there's a big table with various oil lamps burning above. And curiously, for the first time in a good 20 or so minutes, you encounter one of the cloud giants, who is quickly leaving that room and scampering down the hallway.
Oh, scoot to the side, scoot to the side.
Please excuse me, she says, straightening her glasses and hurrying along.
Is it a, panicked hurry, or just,
You can
I
give
got
me
things
a
to do?
perception check if you would like to glean some information about the
That's
way
what I
she
was hoping
walks. Alrighty. Obviously, you can't quite tell panicked, but moving with purpose. Could it be panic? Could it be simply late for something? You're not quite sure.
Book or anything from the library or from the study?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Was she carrying anything?
She was. She was carrying, it was hard to see, but, just had either a book or, something bound in leather. Shauna, please feel free to give me a perception check to see if you were able to catch it. It was probably a book. Something bound in leather. That was book-shaped.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Pages and, yeah. So do you think maybe there's like a ledger where they would check things out? I don't know. I'll let you drive here, Nanas. I'm just so curious. I can't stop asking questions.
Well, yeah, and first things first, I want to just take a look at the area a bit more in depth and see if there's maybe some open books still on the table where they might have been, or the ledger that was mentioned for checking out.
Ledger? You'd need to investigate further, but there were books everywhere. Lots of things.
Just not
being
even
read.
tucked away, they're just everywhere.
Yep.
What a mess.
That's what investigate. Investigation's not even a thing in this one, is it?
No, that is... Is it 5e, or is that another
Yeah,
one?
5e probably.
Yeah, I think.
Sure,
For this, it's general perception, or you
Let's
can
do
start
it
to
again!
use other things. Alrighty.
Same roll!
It's all good. So, Yeah, Nanners and Selena, you two take a moment to have a look around. It's going to take a bit of work to get onto the table because the chairs are much larger, and we're going to
I have a rope.
unfortunately require some acrobatics and/or athletics checks to see if you can get up there.
I also gotta check my potions. One sec. I forget what I have, and this program is lagging a little bit.
Can I throw my rope up there? Do I need a special attachment, or can I just throw the rope so Nanas can scurry up?
If you don't have a grappling hook attached, you will have to attempt to tie a lasso. So, just give me a. If it's a standard adventuring pack, you should have a grappling hook, though. So,
Yeah,
I will say, just give me a. You're trying to throw the object, so please give me a athletics check, please, or survival. I'll let you use either or. Alrighty. So, because it's an untrained skill, you are not too sure about how to throw it so it'll catch. You throw it up there, you give it a light tug, and seems like it's fine.
Nanas, do you think you can climb up there and secure it?
I can definitely try. I'm not as acrobatic as I used to be, but I'll give it a shot. Is that an acrobatics?
That would be acrobatics or athletics.
Oh, definitely not athletics. Oh my god,
Yeah.
not doing that one.
Nanners, so you won't have the strength to pull yourself up, but you might be able to slowly repel your way up if you gain a bit of momentum. And very quickly you realize you can't. And the grappling hook comes undone and bonks you on the little noggin.
Ow. That actually hurt a lot. Ow.
All right, so I guess we'll fly up. I'll give it her back on my back, and we'll fly up.
Why was this not plan A?
Because I didn't want to use it in case we needed to get away.
I think I have a concussion.
Did you take damage? I'll heal you.
I don't know. I was never told yes or no.
I'm not gonna make you take damage just from a little bonk on the noggin, but it hurts. So, you now fly up onto the table. And yeah, now, Nanners, your perception check kind of comes in. You can see lots of books are open. Like, you know what a research table looks like. This is a small group of individuals kind of at the end of the research, but they haven't bothered to clean up yet. Some books are closed, some books are still kind of open, but the bookmarks have been laid in. Pencils are everywhere. There's some drained cups of something.
Is it medicine, history books, war, maneuvers of war books?
Right. That I will. You don't need a perception check for that. That's just if you go around and begin looking at the books themselves, you are getting history books, and Selena, you recognize lots of emblems of Sarenrae, meaning this is also quite a few religious books.
Wonder what part of the history book got her so flustered.
Right.
What?
And
The
if
giant
you would
that
like
was
to
running
know,
out.
if you would like to know, the bookmarks are there. All you have to do
Well, not the
is-
book she took.
Not what she took, no, but the other ones.
What would this be? Occultism? I'm
Um,
not good at that.
It would just be reading, I guess. Or religion or society, I would say.
Yeah, I'll do society. I'm a little better at that. Not very, though.
Yeah. So, you're not quite sure. It's written in. It's a very old book, and you can kind of tell that this is it's an outdated version of the common language of the giants, but unfortunately it is written in Giantish.
Oh, hold on. I might have some for this. Let me check it.
Oh.
I forget if I picked this one or not. Hold on. This might be it. I just gotta read it. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to pop one of my reagents. Just give me 1 sec here. I'm just gonna mix a couple things together and create a comprehension elixir,
Okay.
which allows me to understand any words I read so long as they're written in a common language, which you just said they were.
I did indeed.
I'm just gonna chug one of those. It lasts for 10 minutes, but
Alrighty.
it does not allow me to understand codes, though, in case that's important.
No, in this case, everything works with what you had said. So, this is all about the sacred fires and the golden ores.
Oh God, his
What you're reading
face!
about. Yeah, I was like, what happened? Chris? Ah!
He's staring into my soul.
So you were learning about, or they were researching, the cases of golden ore. You don't know too much about the history of golden ore. This is the first you've ever heard of it, but, in cases, you're getting lots of things about sacrilege, and it's kind of hard to come to terms with, or kind of hard to understand at first. Oh, that was Chris just saying he will be back in a moment. Sorry, I need to get back into the zone. So, as you're poring over it, you're trying to decipher what it means, and things are kind of slowly revealing themselves to you in the same way that the hieroglyphs were kind of changing to suit your comprehension. And Selena, you're looking at Nanners. It's kind of like her eyes just have like this sort of milky color to them now as she
My
just
pupils are
pores over
dilating.
everything. There we go. And as far as you can tell, she seems to be
Cataracts.
reading it. And Nanners, lots of everything seems to point to, in times of sacrilege, if the sacred flame has been defiled, it is the consequences fall to the temple ruler. And this is specifically a story of a ruler from many eras ago who essentially did not tend to the sacred fire and was forever shunned from the temple. And that's what you get from that book. But Shauna, while Nanners is reading, you hear the sound of giant footsteps approaching your area.
Hey, you might want to wrap that up just in case it's something that they don't want us to see.
I mean, they just left him out. I have a pretty good excuse
I
ready
know,
if they
I know. I'm just paranoid. That's all. Sorry.
It'll be fine. I only got 10 minutes on this thing anyway. I want to make the most of it.
Right. No, I get it.
I mean, you can keep a watch if you want.
Yeah. I
It's
would.
gonna be hard to get down. How long can you fly again?
I don't remember.
Because we might be stuck up here anyway.
And with that,
5 minutes.
Oh, well, I've been reading for 10, so we're stuck up here.
So, Nanners, you are most of the way through your potion, but your comprehension is still on. Suddenly, this same bookish giant woman that you saw before hurries back in and sees you on the table.
Oh, hello, dearie.
Hi. Hello.
If you are looking to use the library, you are, of course, more than welcome to, but it is not my place to say, but it is. And she begins closing the books, and there's quite a draft as these massive tomes snap shut beside you, Nanners. It is a little rude to read other people's work.
Sorry, I wanted to read something else, but I'm a little too small to pick up any books, and I figured these nice history books would be a good place to start, just to figure out where I am, and, well, you know, maybe not offend people like it seems I've accidentally done.
Give me a diplomacy check, please, Nanners.
Okay. I'm not very good at those. Oh no, very bad at those.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
she's
I
not
can- I
even
can
paying
step in.
attention. Just collects her things. Selena, you're about to say something.
I was gonna say I could try to smooth this over.
Okay.
Hey, go for it. I'm not good at this. I'm an old lady.
Yeah,
I'm crotchety.
So thank you so much for explaining your traditions to us and your ways to us. We are so grateful that we can actually come in and be a part of this. And this place is so beautiful. Do you have any favorite books that you would like to recommend to us so we can do a little light reading while we're waiting?
Give me a diplomacy check, please, Shauna. Excellent. So, her demeanor changes quickly to, well, we all have that one friend, that one really geeky friend, whether they're a Lord of the Rings geek, Pokemon geek, video game geek, and when you ask
I'm
them
all of
about their
those.
favorite subjects, their eyes light up in wonder. And the two of you will be spending the next few hours learning about all the wonderful books that she recommends you start with.
Hey,
And
just
we are
because I'm
gonna-
near her for a while, can I just real quick, for the fun of it, do a sniff test for disease?
Absolutely.
Just for fun. I don't think anything's gonna come up, but
No disease, just an odd sulfur smell that doesn't quite fit in with the rest of the environment. But it's not overly pungent, which is odd for sulfur. But distinct
Perfume.
traces of. Alright, and before we go back over to, actually I don't want to go back to Chris yet, because he's indisposed. He's just his giant face staring at us. We're gonna quick go
yeah,
to
Chris, what do you have to
intermission.
say, huh? Come on, let's hear your opinion.
Alright,
You
so we
seem
got
very happy. I want to hear what you have to say.
The giants
He
use
does
them
seem
as a
very happy,
toothpick.
doesn't he? Look at this guy.
That's
All right.
probably what we saw when the giant was looking down, talking to us.
Fair enough. Alright, we'll see you all in 8 minutes. We'll be back shortly.
Hail. Then it started to snow. Then it started to sleet. Then it started to rain. And then it went back to sunshine.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Here's things happen.
And I just stand there. I just stood there, looked up at the sky, and went, "Well played.
Well
Like, well
played,
played.
Sky.
Congratulations."
Welcome back, everybody. We're just sharing some stories about shitty weather conditions in our various areas or locales would have been a better word if my lexicon was open. And we're just waiting on Kurt to do his thing.
Which is hopefully not drowning in booze.
His cloud of booze.
All right. And I'm just realizing now, sorry everybody, I guess I was not keeping up with chat. I was in the zone in my GM versions. And just many of the reasons I miss Curtis. He was my admin guy. Angie, don't worry about Nanners. Nanners always finds a way. And Jane, I don't know what Kurt was chugging, but he seemed to be enjoying himself.
It might not be what he was chugging, but how much of it.
Mm-hmm.
He opened his mouth, and it just...
Woohoo!
And, so we're going to... Oh, Sean is back. I'm like, oh, I could have sworn Sean was here a moment ago. We're going to just give a quick recap from Sam. Sam, as our performance judge. What are you looking at so far? Have you, as you noticed, not as many improv games so far. We wanted to do a little bit of storytelling tonight, since we were down a player, but please let us know your thoughts so far.
So far, I'm actually digging it. I'm really getting into the story. I really, you know what, I have to say, with all of the players, you guys are really quite fascinating and really kind of funny. I do have to say with Kurt, portraying Vlass the ass, and and you know, discovering his cloud of, what is it, beer? Yes,
Lager.
Cloud of beer. Yes, that was quite hysterical. And I really do love Shauna's character too. You know, Selena Pinetrotter. I really love your character as well. So yeah, and you know, just everybody's character is just really quite interesting, and you can follow the story really well. I love the fact that you know, Selena and Nanners are, you know, having this little adventure in the library and discovering these books too. So it's really quite interesting to hear this story about, ooh, we're in the library and, you know, we found this book, and oh, why don't we see what's in this book? So yeah, I'm really kind of getting into this. Really do like it, and I can kind of follow it along. I shouldn't say kind of follow it along. It's like saying, yeah, it's got a good beat, you know. But it's kind of a compelling story, so looking forward to more of it.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That makes me feel all good inside.
It's like, it's making me feel all good.
All warm and fuzzy.
It's all warm and fuzzy.
Oh, you're gonna make me blush.
It's like making me feel blushy and stuff, yeah.
Got butterflies.
But it's very easy to, you know, find that story and go, oh, okay, so here we go. So yeah, I'm digging it.
Speaking of here we go, we return to Mr. Brandy Bones and Mr. Ass in the bar. Yeah, technically Ass is his last name, so.
Cause I'm an ass man. Whap, whap. Whap, whap, whap.
So, Chris, you had just made that discovery of, this is, obviously, they know not to expect anybody anymore, but they're still overly prepared. Maybe, not only are they overly prepared aesthetic-wise, but underprepared in the, you know, some of the top shelf stuff. Maybe somebody's been sneaking back here. You don't know. But, yeah, and then in the meantime, you've just been shooting the shit as Vlass the ass tries not to make an ass of himself.
Look.
Yeah. I'm currently rolling my little drink of brandy, and then I'm gonna look up and go, Clark.
Yes.
Might I ask you a small question? I've just been sitting around. I noticed something very interesting.
Yes, of course, sir.
More than simply the relative quiet in this particular area, where is everyone in this city?
Oh, the city, sir? Well, I mean, the city is mainly, it's a temple city, so people, don't live here unless they are, of course, acolytes of Sarenrae, or on a pilgrimage to do some learning. We are, of course, a temple city. He repeats himself, you notice. And,
I do.
Therefore, there's simply not a lot of citizens to simply be about.
Indeed, but that raises its own question. Where? Actually, you know what? I got a drink. Where are the pilgrims?
Ooh, the pilgrims are usually a little bit further back. I'm not sure if you were able to complete your tour yet, but Annie goes into a bit of a drawl about explaining how the castle is built upon a mountain, and that you are kind of in the main temple, and then there are two other lesser temples kind of around the other side of the mountain. There is also like a research facility and stuff a little further along, and while he's droning on about this, Vlass the ass, I gotta know, what are you up to?
Yeah. You know, I'm sitting here, I realized something. I'm so drunk that I forgot that I was in my own beer. And the thing is, I don't know if the beer is tasting bad now just because I haven't showered in a bit, or the fact that I thought I was in a pool earlier and took a piss. So I don't know which one. But all I know is I'm having a good time. That's all that matters. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna throw up.
Just don't do it on me, please.
Nope, I'll go to the other side of the glass. Look, not side, but I'll.
And there he goes.
Alright. Oh dear. The giant looks on. You're in the beer.
I do heartily apologize. He's mildly inebriated.
Yes, of course, these things happen. And there is an audible bang from an adjacent room, but because the architecture of this place, it echoes. Excuse me for a moment, I am needed at the front desk. And he quickly scurries out and exits through the way he came.
Vlass.
Yeah. What?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Have you ever been to a large city that happened to be based around a temple?
Yeah. Once or twice, and there's a time. Yeah. Why? What's up?
One of these days, you're going to have to describe what that last sentence was.
Yep. Okay.
In fact, I almost want that now, but we'll hold on to that for a moment, okay?
I ain't holding on to shit. Ugh.
Oh, God, I can smell it. But normally, wouldn't that, if this was a place based on tourism and temple visiting and God bothering, wouldn't there be more people, I don't know, asking for beer?
Yeah, I mean,
Sacramento wine?
I may be completely mammered, but I mean, even I can sit here and. This is a place for a god. Why aren't there more people here? There should be more. There should be more pockets for me here, for me to pickpocket, and there should be more. There's no one here.
I
See,
admire.
This is what I'm saying the whole time. I know there's something up, but it's like, no, Vlass, you're just paranoid.
If it helps, I never thought you were paranoid. I think you're a little ambitious to be stealing a giant's wallet, but that's for you and whatever god you happen to serve.
Big wallets, you mean big money.
I take your point.
Ugh.
But that does raise questions. Maybe we should go find Nanners and Selena. What do you think?
Okay.
Oh God. Yep, here he goes.
I'm crawling out. Just give me a minute.
Yep, I know. Just remember to go down the side with the sep stool.
We're good. I'm good. Let's go.
Oh, this will be an interesting life.
Yep, this is gonna be good. Let's go.
Let's go, indeed. Will you be needing help?
I have walked many a times. Hey, you should see me at the reins of a horse and buggy while drunk. I got a ticket for it once because I was. Wait, was that a ticket? I thought that was an award. No wonder they try to arrest me every time that I go to that village. I never paid that. Shit. All right, let's go.
That's the most drunken realization I've ever seen. Wonderful. Let's go.
Yep.
All right.
I'm also going to. I think I have a spell for this. Give me 1 second. Not that spell. I'm not going to be taking away your drunkenness. This is on you. But I should. Yes, I will take a moment and help him along by casting Unseen Servant.
Very good.
What's that?
It's just something's like kind of holding you up by your side a little bit. There you go.
Oh, hey. Thanks.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Does this do other things besides hold me up?
It could carry a decent platter if you like. It can't carry your beer for you. I'm sorry, it's a little too large.
Okay. Well, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so you all go wandering through, and you go through the same corridors in your search for Selena and Nanners, and you just essentially follow the sound of the voices as you hear a very enthusiastic, possibly librarian, telling them about books and all the wonderful things there are to learn from books. And lo and behold, a giant who's maybe on the smaller side of giants, being somewhat diminutive in stature, while at the same time being like 5 times your height. This sort of bookish lady with a pair of heavy-looking glasses has put out several books on the table where Selena and Nanners are standing.
Oh, dear.
And of course, you must absolutely start with, and I know I've said you should start with this, but these 15 tomes are absolutely essential starting material if you're looking for more on the history of Sarenrae and, of course, the Cloud Kingdom. Oh, yes, your other little friends. Hello.
Good evening, madam.
Little.
It's all relative. It's all relative, Vlass. It's all relative. I do apologize for my friend here for just a moment. Hello. Could you mind getting or helping us up?
Oh, yes, of course. And she just puts a book down for you two to step on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I've never heard of. I've heard of being given the book, but this is almost ridiculous.
Put one foot up, the other foot.
Vlass, I am going to need.
Here we go.
Yeah, I am going to need an I want to. This would be a reflex save, actually. I don't need to make it complicated. To see if you can kind of keep control of your movements at this time.
Ooh.
Wow! You are a surprisingly functional drunk.
He's been drunk too many times to not be.
Right.
Fair enough. So Vlass, yeah, you she picks up this book and you stiff as a board, you're fine.
Stiff as a board, story of my life.
She puts the book down and you're all united again on this table surrounded by books.
Lovely to see you two.
Yes. Well, thanks. See y'all made a splash in the bar area. Fantastic. This is
Why
our
does
new
it
friend.
smell like that?
It's the best he smelled in days. Why are you asking?
And I
He
will take
smells
my
like
leave
his own piss.
momentarily. Thank you all very much. Please enjoy the books and the library. And
Thank you so much
Thank
for all
you.
of your help.
It was
We
nice
really
to meet
appreciate
Thank
it.
you, madam.
What's your name?
Oh, thank God someone's going to ask that.
You learned that her name is. Could have sworn I had my pen behind my ears.
What is the
I want to
name?
write it down. Her name is
Becky.
Becky. Thank you.
Okay.
Her name is Becky.
Becky,
Hey,
please.
Thank you very much, Becky. You'll be on my beck and call.
Please
Becky,
forgive
want to
him.
smash?
Pay him no mind.
Oh, here's my pen. Becky the
Yay.
librarian.
Wonderful. At any rate, I do hope your investigations into this lovely place has been a little bit more successful than ours.
No.
I'm guessing that's a no.
Sorry, I was looking through something real quick. What was the
Oh.
question?
Oh, I was just simply hoping that you had gotten more answers as to what's going on right now.
Oh yeah,
than-
100%. But I am not saying them here.
Oh, lovely. That's fair enough. I actually can fully understand. Perhaps we can find something that isn't a tankard to talk in?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be hard to find a place that doesn't echo in here.
Ah, true.
That's
Libraries are
Like,
lovely.
trek back to the ship.
Well, isn't the ship in a... Well, I suppose everything's a dry dock here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just we
No.
have to walk. What was it, an hour
Right.
back?
Hang on, I got an idea.
I don't know if that one can walk.
I-
He's
Doing pretty well.
surpri-
Yeah.
I'd say he's doing surprisingly well, actually, for a man who's this, what does he put, is it? Schlammered?
Schmammered.
Schmammered, there we go.
Schmammered. That's...
Smashed.
But hey, we ain't gotta walk all the way back to the boat if you guys want to talk and there's not gonna be no echoing. Hang on. Help
I
me
don't
with
like where this is going. Actually, I'm a little bit afraid.
As you should be. But I am I'm morbidly curious as well.
help me with the books.
Do you expect to fly down on them?
No,
I think he's gonna make
set-
a fort, like a fort, you know?
Set the books up and we'll talk between the books.
Make a book house.
Okay, okay, I get what you're saying, and I appreciate your thoughts. Might I offer a different suggestion?
What?
Okay, before I do this, because I am not a jerk about this, Mike, if I were to cast Cozy Cabin away from a book, would I be using the parts from the book?
You don't destroy things when you create that. So
Okay, good.
I want to
so-
say you'd essentially be like pulling it. I'd let you describe it. Like if you guys wanted to make a book fort, with
Actually,
Cozy
that's exactly
Cabin,
what-
I would let you.
Yes, you know what? I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm like, Vlass, I appreciate that. It is a brilliant idea. Let me help you. And I'm going to.
Hold on.
Oh.
Wait. Before you do that, can we ask Nanas what
Oh,
she
hi.
thinks Because I don't want them, if we're in a fort, how are we gonna see them listening to us, and they have bigger ears so they can hear better? Do we need to leave? Do you think that we should leave?
Based on the reaction I have received thus far from most of my time here, I think going back to the ship would be the safest option, but it would also be the slowest.
It'd also be the most suspicious, if I may be frank.
What, going back to our own ship to go to bed?
It's the middle of the day.
Well, and they did offer for us to stay.
Actually, I will say the hours have been waning, and this is now, it's past supper time. Maybe a little early for bed, but it's not completely uncouth.
I'll just say I have some perishables I'd like to cook. I'm a granny, you'll probably buy it.
I was about ready to say we've been here for a while because it took us like an hour just to walk down the hallway.
Isn't it just, good lord, this place is so large.
I have my alchemy tools I gotta get back to doing. Like, it's not too big of a deal if we leave. I think they'll be fine with it. They're not keeping us here.
That's fair. Then in that case, instead of that, I will raise my hands, and now we're all flying.
Oh god, not again.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Hey, don't worry about it. Look at the bump on my head, ignore that.
Oh my god, what did happen there?
Concussion.
Do you need some help?
Yeah, that's why we're going back to the ship, because I'm concussed. Let's do that.
Alright, yes, you know what, that's perfectly fair, let's get out of here. What concussed
I need
you?
my aspirin, I left it in my room.
Oh my god, what actually hit you?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Don't worry
it's a
about
long
it.
story about 50 foot.
Oh my god. Alright, yeah, let's get out of here.
Let's go.
So, it takes quite a long while for you all to leave.
Well, how awful is Vlass being on the walk back?
I think
He
he's
even
being
walk.
pretty
Is he
awful.
trying to fall like over the edge of the clouds?
Hey, I wonder if I huck a loogie off the side of this thing if it would hit anybody
Okay, hey
important.
Vlass, come here. I have something that might help you.
What?
Yeah, just drink this. It should help your. I'm not trying to completely remove your buzz, but it should hopefully help a little bit. And I just hand him a little potion. Just drink that real quick.
Werther's to chase it.
He chased it with my brandy.
Oh, my back hurts now.
Manners,
All
what
right,
did
so
you give him?
I gave him a lethargy poison.
Flash.
So roll a saving throw, fortitude.
Why do I smell like?
Because he's currently inebriated, I'm gonna make the DC check a little higher than usual. So Vlass, make a fortitude roll.
Oh, he did not roll great either.
And he's out.
No, that's a knocked out boy.
Oh,
Put him on my back. I'll carry him back.
Yeah, I was about to impose. I'm sorry, but I think this is the safest option.
Yes.
we're going to need to give you a bath after this. I apologize.
No, never mind. I did.
But you don't talk. You're passed out, sleepy man.
Oh my god, he's a sleep talker.
All right, let's just let him
And
off.
just down he goes. I love that. All right, so the lot of you go trotting off to your ship, because you have, filled out the appropriate form. The giants have brought it much closer. The longest part of the walk is just getting off the table and retracing your steps through the hallways. So it takes you a little over an hour, but you will find yourselves back on your ship, and I will take perception checks from everybody.
Except for the sleepy man.
Except for Vlass, who can only perceive
His
the
nightmares.
backs of his eyelids at this time.
Does he have... I don't know if this is a nightmare for him.
Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to do it twice.
They're the same roll
Well, it
anyway.
doesn't matter.
Wow. So,
Both high.
oh wow. So Selena, you notice it. You notice quite a bit, but you could hear your pirate crew chatting and yammering before you guys got on board, and then the moment you stepped on board and people started noticing you, it's like the mood suddenly changed. Everybody was suddenly a little more sullen and less enthusiastic and more about going back to their basic sailor's chores. So I'm just... Is Kurt just gone?
No, he's currently underneath there. Yeah, he's there. But he's just
really committed to this role.
Yep, there he is. There he is. Yep. I told you.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and Selena, you happen to notice a couple looks come your way, and then followed by mutterings. There's something about your presence now among your old crew that just isn't flying.
Hey everyone, yeah, we're back. So how's it going? How's it going? Everybody okay?
All right,
What happened?
So everybody with a pirate character, please feel free to join in. As well. Yeah, it's been fine. Just doing our chores as usual. He says belligerently.
Right, but it seemed like since we're back, everything's changed, and you're not really
I'm sorry. Maybe we should have rolled out the red carpet. Skip suddenly comes up. Hi, mind your manners. Remember, without them, you'd still be serving the damn Yuxtora.
Oh, did you want a souvenir? Should we have brought you back something?
Hi, Nathan Fielder here. I would have loved the souvenir, actually. Like, did you bring me anything?
Actually, that's a question. Mike, did I keep the cup that I carried or that I was drinking out of?
If you wanted to, absolutely.
Actually, I seem to have accidentally pilfered something. It's a cup of brandy.
Well, can I have it? Because you didn't like explicitly say, here you go, Nathan. It's
No,
for you.
no. Then let me try that. Here you go, Nathan. This is for you.
Oh, thank you. And then he takes it, and like it's there in his hands 1 second, and then in like a small little like bullet fire flash, it's just gone. And he's like, "Thanks." And he walks away.
Well, the pirate's still pissed. Fantastic. Thanks, Nathan.
I didn't say I was gonna help. I just wanted a souvenir.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I mean, I'm not pissed anymore. If
Thanks,
that's
Brandy
any
Bones.
consolation.
Man, I tell you what, that guy is the most laziest piece of shit I've ever seen before in my life. Jesus, God. Your mama didn't raise a man; she raised a bitch. You and your pens.
Good Lord.
All right, could one of y'all fill us in about what's going on with old boy?
The ship's
Yes,
broken.
I'd be delighted. As he said, Skip says, the ship is broken. The contractors are going to fix it up. There's talk about turning it into an airship now, but things are a little convoluted and, well... and then Judy steps forward. Now, Selena, you don't know Judy as well, but she was one of the rescuees from Leto's Island. They're just a little upset that after being taken through the fog and some of them dying and crashing onto a cloud and losing another member, there's just a little concerned that maybe you don't have the best interests of the crew at heart.
Oh, I can see how you would feel that way. I really do, and I'm sorry. I really am sorry. We do care, and I understand that there was a little bit of a tiff between you and the new contractors. Is that correct?
For starters, yes.
Right. So, when are they supposed to be back?
They're beginning work tomorrow morning.
They're just beginning?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I thought
You're only gone for
I thought
like
they began
5
last
hours.
time. What?
You're only gone for a few hours. Like,
If it takes an hour to walk down the hole and it takes 3 hours to get back to the boat, I mean, come on. Anyway, okay, so they're gonna be back, and so we can clarify what we need done, because I don't. Who else is all game for an airship and all these modifications?
If I may,
Go ahead.
while I do understand that the crew is probably more than worried about the fact that things haven't been going according to what most people would consider to be a normal voyage, I can understand that, of course. Things haven't been going quite normal for me either. After all.
Say.
But at the same time, while there have been tragic endings for several people who did not deserve it, that is sadly the life that we have all decided to take. Well, heck, I didn't even actually get to choose this life.
You're not even alive!
Thank you from the Peanut Gallery!
alright, I'm just gonna...
Shouts the man in the crow's nest.
Mike, real quick, am I allowed to use tweak appearance on myself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, cool. So I'm just gonna, real quick, before I do anything else, just kind of scuff myself up a little bit, make it look a little more rugged. Then I'm gonna... Like, one of these guys has to have a flintlock pistol, right? Just lying around.
Yeah.
Alright, I take it and shoot in the air.
Ah!
Once I have everyone's attention...
Nanners, I want you
Alright.
to give me an intimidation roll, if you don't mind.
Oh my gosh, this was adorable little intimidation.
Yeah.
Come on.
Considering the circumstance, I'm gonna put the DC down lower because it's pretty.
You shot a
Roll,
pistol in
this
the air.
program is lagging on me.
I'm
Just
sorry.
give me a sec.
Full faith.
Alright,
'Cause I
intimidation.
got faith.
That's not very good.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Beautiful.
Okay, considering how low, because you did tweak appearances and the circumstance bonus, so the DC got lowered by 2 stages. So this is a slamming success. Dead silence. All of a sudden.
Alright, everyone. It's very clear that there is some dissent amongst the crew and amongst the people in charge of it. I am going to make a small proposition to you all. So first, to get the mood up, I don't expect to see any of you doing any work tonight. We don't need to. We're not on the sea. We have plenty of supplies. All of you, go get a drink. Go get some food. Talk amongst yourselves and see if maybe you can brainstorm and come up with something together. Tomorrow morning, I would like to speak to every single one of you that has a problem, personally, gather the complaints and see what I can work out. Because mumbling to yourselves, shooting mean looks at each other, having a pity party amongst ourselves, and I mean that for all of us, not just the crew, but all of us here. We can't keep saying we're so sorry, we didn't expect this. We're in charge of these people. We have to step up. So I want everyone here to come talk to me tomorrow morning after you've slept on your thoughts. Tell me what you want to see, not just what you're upset about, what you want to change. And we will work on it. We will see what we can do. And I want to stress as well, for at least the time being, unless you want to live in this cloud land, we are all stuck here together, and we need to at least work with each other for a little bit longer before we can go somewhere with a semblance of safety where we can make a decision on where we want to go. Now, I expect all of you to enjoy the rest of your nights.
Bravo.
Arr!
Hey, so I got a question real quick. Since the big ugly strong guy's passed out, can we please maybe force him into a bath while he's asleep? Smells like shit.
All right, that's a complaint I will action on tonight. Someone please scrub this man down.
Get him, let's go.
And there they go, carrying him off like he's Christ.
It's a
Against his
recreational
will,
activity.
Vlass is bathed.
They washed the ass.
Someone's taking my clothes off, and I'm liking it.
All right.
That poison
Some
lasts for
manners.
4 hours. You got a bit of time.
This effect, your speech, has a resounding effect on the crew. Everybody puts down what they're doing. They stop hammering the boards back together, and they just go crack open a keg, and then they also, noticing that Vlass was drunk, they know that obviously there's alcohol inside. So some of the crew stays on the ship and parties. Some of them stumble off looking for this pub. That
At least remind them as they're heading off to try to be nice. We are surrounded by people that can squish us. I know I just
Be
preached to
proper
everyone,
guests.
but please, this is for your own safety.
But be proper guests.
They
This is
can
not
free
for
to
fun.
drink. They clearly don't have a problem with that. Just don't, tear their place apart, because they will not be happy, and they are 20 times our size.
Clark's a good boy, if a bit slow.
Anyway, go have fun.
and they go off and have fun,
Gotta go
leaving
to
the the three of you. Vlass is down for the count, along with Phelan and Alexander, who are currently NPCs, to discussing. Oh, and Eridan's currently there as an NPC, so I got multiple people to be. So, Skip kind of invites you all into the captain's ready room. Right, so I think Nano's well done. There was a lot of dissension amongst the crew, and I think that's really going to help. But
I swear I did have a
Pirates.
point, but yours was much faster than mine, so I do appreciate it.
in my experience, pirates can only be, amused by debauchery and drinking for so long before they start to just go back to old habits. So, as it stands now, the Giants are going to be helping us build an airship so we can navigate this area. What's the plan after that? It will take a few days, they're saying, working around the clock, coming up with a bunch of figures and terms that I don't understand, being a sailor. I've never used an airship before, but what's the plan? And he just looks to all of you.
First, I feel like a bit of combining our knowledge is very important at this moment, and I'd like to start by stressing as much as I can what we are about to say here does not leave this room. No one speak a word of this. That's another good reason Vlass is not here right now.
Yes.
I appreciate that discretion.
So, I believe obviously I'm only inferring some things, I might be jumping the gun a little bit, but I believe that we have arrived in one of the most tumultuous time periods this place has probably faced. because for a temple, obviously I'm not very religious myself, but for a temple to potentially lose one of its most sacred artifacts and rites, with severe repercussions for everyone higher up, I think it is not a good time to be here right now, because I believe their sacred flame, which for a sun god seems very important, has possibly gone out.
Has gone out.
Or maybe going out, or maybe someone's attempting to put it out. I'm not sure, but it does not sound like it wants to stay lit.
That's why the High Priestess was acting the way she did.
Now again, no one mentioned this. They very clearly do not want us to know this. Which is why I thought it would be best to come back here, instead of staying in there, where all it takes is them just picking up a book and seeing us.
That's
Right,
understandable.
Yeah.
So, I legitimately believe one of our best courses of actions is, unless we are dragged into this ourselves somehow, unless our ship repairs depend on whatever the heck is going on out there, we keep our heads down, get out of here as quickly as we can, because this is way above anything we can do. There's so many powerful forces at play here from the sound of it that we are sitting ducks if we try to do anything. They clearly don't have a bone to pick with us at the moment. I think they want us out of here as soon as we want out of here. Because the fewer external problems they have, probably the better for them too. So I think we just really need to just plan on leaving and then figuring out from there, once we touch down back in the water.
I do understand what you're saying. I get it. I do.
Dare
But-
say but. Ah,
Yeah, of course, there's always a but. You know how this works. But normally, when a sun goddess is going to start having problems, the world that she inhabits starts having problems. And not for nothing, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't most ships, even in water, tend to follow the sun in a certain manner in terms of navigation?
Maybe I didn't get the sense from looking at things that this flame was directly tied to the goddess's life force or whatever. I'm not very religious myself. I kind of just viewed it as their holy artifact. They just kind of put stock in it themselves, and it going out has no bearing on the divinity themselves. They just think it's important to them, so it is to them. But I could be wrong. I'm not the religious expert in the room here.
right,
I'm
yeah,
actually
supposed
kind of
to
the
be.
opposite.
I was about to say I think we were all just turned to stare at Selena for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, with and anyone can correct me if they know differently, but from what I've gathered is that, like, say, the High Priestess, she resembles the deity, and sometimes the deity can inhibit her, and she makes decisions based on that possession, if you will. But it does not affect the sun in the sky. All right. So the sun in the sky will still be there. They're just having some trouble within their hierarchy, maybe, or within their political realm. So that's just what I've gathered. Anyone comment? Anyone?
I'm
Down by
sorry.
us.
I'm about to say I'm sorry. The problem is I'm more running on the idea of usually if a goddess of some description tends to be having problems, it tends to go badly for a lot of people.
Right, and that's why Nanas was saying we need to get our shit and get. So, let's help any way we can, maybe, to help fix the boat quicker. And you know, if the astroplane isn't water, right? Is the astroplane water?
It has water in it, I believe. I don't understand the astral plane myself. But
Is it water or no?
What,
'Cause
are we
this-
going back to the astral plane? I thought we were just like lowering from the cloud.
we
Well, I
might.
don't know. What I'm saying is, what I'm suggesting is that we get one of these lovely giants that have no qualms with us right now, and until at least our crew comes back. Hopefully, not with a pissed off giant behind them, but and they could like lightly lift us up and put us back on that astro plane and let us go on our merry way and hope we don't hit water. And at least we'll be out of their clutches if something does hit the fan.
Oh, I just had a terrible thought. So, please understand, I mostly just met you guys about, what, a few days ago? You all came through a lighthouse, yes?
Right, and we should have made a left when we made a right, or vice versa. We should have went to the iron place, but we didn't.
Indeed, indeed. So, and each of those stars that we saw, those were also lighthouses, yes?
Potentially.
Okay. So, we followed to a lighthouse. And the lighthouse is the only way to get back to the astral plane to get back to where we need to go, right?
I think you're misunderstanding. I don't believe we have to go back to the astral plane. We're not in another dimension. We're just in the sky. We just gotta go down, and then business as usual, sail somewhere else.
Right, but that puts us in water, and if our ship isn't fixed yet, then we'll sink.
Well, yeah, we wait till it's fixed, and then we leave. And we go back down into the water and go to whatever island we see first, I guess.
Right, but your sense of urgency has made me feel urgent too and think, okay, well, we need to just nip this in the bud and try to get out of here.
If you have a proposal for opening the astral sea back up, I would love to hear that.
I might be able to skip.
You can open the
places.
astral sea?
Holy shit!
Well,
Sorry, go
not
ahead,
as
man.
such, but I just want to clear up. Yeah, we very much are on the same plane of existence. We're just and he gestures to the map on the background here. You see, pretty much right where the banner of Sea of Storms is. We are simply what sailors had just called the Veil before. It appears the clouds on top of that. This is what the contractors were helping us glean, but it appears the cloud giants are at the peak of this mountain, and then the fire giants reside in the bowels of the mountain below. Now, something I noticed about the lighthouse, that was always wrapped up in this fable about the moving island. And obviously that was created to scare people away, the story of the lighthouse that Eridan told us. And so I'm beginning to wonder if a lot of these other sailors' anomalies might also be lighthouses. And, for example, when we crash landed here, we didn't come out of a lighthouse or a moving island. We came out of a raging storm cloud. And it's a little bit hard to see right now, but, you know, that storm cloud pretty much stayed until the giants towed our ship to the foot of the temple. So I think that's not an ordinary storm cloud. I think if we were to pass back through that, it would very much be the astral gate.
We want to risk them just chucking the boat back through. It sounds like we just still, as much as I want to leave quickly, it sounds like we still need to just patiently wait as best we can for this ship to be fixed. And
I would agree.
decide
I
to
would
either
not want to
fly
go
through
anywhere
this-
with a broken boat.
No,
No,
I
no.
would be there. Just
That was not even a question. I sure wasn't planning on leaving anytime soon. It's just
No, and I was just trying to figure out how we could help and make it go faster than like a few days.
I mean,
And-
that sounds
Anyway.
like something we can ask the contractors tomorrow morning. See if we can get some supplies and, just still keep our heads down while doing that.
Yes, many hands make short work, as they say. Right, so, it's agreed then?
we get the ship repaired and fly into the storm cloud, or sail down into the ocean next to the fire giants.
Go to the
I
fire
feel like we
station,
can
wooden
flip a
boat.
coin when that time comes, but let's
Oh,
cross that bridge when we get there for the ship
yeah.
being fixed first.
Let's cross that bridge when we burn it.
Sam, totally understand. You go plug that leak. Take care.
Oh no!
Yeah.
This has been wonderful. Thank you all.
We
Wait,
wanna
quick!
have you
Just
back
say
again.
Ryan won.
Yes.
Are
I
you
have a
saving-
leak. I have a leak in my apartment.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Flood. Thank you.
Oh.
Have a wonderful night. See
Bye,
you.
goodbye.
safe.
Bye,
Bye.
Sam.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh. Well, now we're out of judges.
Well, I guess
Leaking
we're
as
not the
much
o-
as the boat.
Yeah, I've already said at least we're not the only ones dealing with water
Go
damage.
back to bed.
All right. So, and with that, I'm gonna wrap us up now because unfortunately, with Sam leaving, it.
It was a good
Shifts
stopping
the,
point anyway.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I think we're at the point where, like, I'll just make it a little more, just do a little more narration. So, our champions, our camera fades out as our champions go about their work, and they're planning in the captain's mess. Well, one elusive ear presses to the door and then quickly scampers away before their intentions are discovered. And that
I'm
is
not
where-
scared. We just explicitly said we're not gonna do anything.
Yeah,
What are they
I
gonna
love
do? Report us for keeping our heads down and listening to them?
it.
I'm not scared at all.
All right. So,
I'm
ladies and
terrified.
gentlemen, thank you very much. We're not going to go into final scores tonight as our judge has to go stop her leak in the apartment. Flooding. Ain't it a wonderful thing? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We are the Actors Dungeon. We appreciate your views and your support and just hanging out with us. This is fun stuff. So, good night from me.
Nordy!
Bye.
Good night, everybody. And that concludes our broadcasting.